What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. So, judging by the title of this video, you probably think this is some kind of movie review. And I don't do movie reviews. All right? I'm not fucking Siskel. I'm not Ebert. I'm not fucking qualified. Actually, you know what? Maybe I am qualified to do movie reviews because I'm pretty much like the average guy out there. Like, I'm the average person. Most marketing things are created at people like me. So maybe I should do movie reviews. Anyways, it's not what this is about. So I went to see the movie Straight Outta Compton, which wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, and I thought it was an amazing movie. I'll be honest with you, it's probably one of the top 5 movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It had some, like, you know, emotional scenes and shit in it, and, you know, it kind of came at the end of a week that it was not good for me. You know, between my grandfather, I had, you know, one friend that died in Afghanistan, another one died. I was having kind of an emotional week, and what I do usually, I don't run for booze, I don't run for drugs. I'll go into a movie theater. And when I go in that movie theater, it gets dark, and whatever comes on the screen will captivate me for that hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, or whatever the case may be, and the whole world disappears outside. It's a way to kind of like just literally step back and forget everything that's going on in your life. It's kind of a coping mechanism for me. It's an escape. It's, you know, almost like a little mini vacation when I need to wrap my mind around other shit that I, you know, just want to let go of for a little bit. So I go to see this movie, and right away I'm just like, I'm, you know, kind of shocked. I mean, I grew up with, you know, not really any money. I mean, it wasn't the nicest place, you know, that I grew up in. We had some hard times. There wasn't anything like these guys whatsoever. But for some reason, there's like relatable things with these characters, which are real life people. So I'm watching these things, and here's the big thing that I noticed. The music that's coming on is Straight Outta Compton. It's NWA Straight Outta Compton. Now here's the kicker. So many of you go, oh, Jerry plays guitar, he likes Metallica. For, I'd say, about maybe a year or two. When I first started training in my basement, with my grandfather's basement, with my cousin Christopher, we had a boombox on this little shelf thing. And we had 2 tapes, cassette tapes, that we put in there. And we would fucking listen to them while we trained for hours downstairs in the basement. One of them was 2 Live Crew. I don't remember which one it was, but I had Me So Horny on it. And the other one was Straight Outta Compton. Now, I didn't know what some of those lyrics and shit meant back then. Like, dope man, dope man. I don't know what the fuck that was. There was no dope man where I lived at 15 years old. You know, so some of the stuff, you know, fuck the police. Of course, I understood what, but I didn't know what was going on. You know, we didn't have social media, so I don't really understand what was going on unless you read, you know, like fucking these different rap magazines or whatever, which wasn't really around my area. But we had the tapes. And my cousin Christopher liked that shit, and that's what we played. And as I'm listening to this, I'm watching this movie, and I'm hearing these songs, which I hadn't heard in a while. I realized, like, it's bringing me right back to the basement at my grandfather's house. It's bringing me back to those days where we used to fucking train just because we fucking, that's what we did. Like, we would go in the gym in the basement and fucking train for like 3 hours and probably not really make any progress, but like, it's just what we love to do. And it was like me and my cousin, hey, bro. Attaboy. And that's what we did, you know. And then I kind of like stepped back and I'm like, this is a soundtrack from a piece of my life that was here. And then that kind of got me a little bit motivated. And I was like, you know what? I think what I'm actually going to try to do, I'm going to actually go fucking upload this on my iPod, and I'm going to fucking take it to the gym because it gives me that same feeling again. Like, it pushes a button in me that, you know, not going to say hasn't been pushed in a while. But when you first start training and you're 15, 16 years old and you hit that gym, there's like a fucking fire. There's like an intensity. It's like, I mean, of course it changes as you know, you get older, but it'd be nice to be able to put a song in, which most people, I'm sure you have a song that, you know, gets you pumped up before a big squat or some shit like that. But to bring you back to the fucking raw, primal beginnings of your training when it was in its infancy stages, like, that's something I want to recreate. That's something I want to feel again. I want to see if it'll actually do that. So, you know, and I think it's important to stay in touch with your roots. Probably about maybe 6 months before Carrie and I split, I wasn't competing anymore. I was basically out of bodybuilding. And I was doing some soul searching, and we were talking about some different things. And I realized, you know, bodybuilding but I gave up a lot of myself to be a bodybuilder, which sounds so fucking dumb, but it's the truth. I gave up playing guitar. I gave up playing the drums. I gave up fucking trying to play other sports. Trying, because I'm not really good at many other sports. I gave up wrestling. I gave up fucking everything. I mean, I gave up everything for bodybuilding. And I stepped back and I was like, who the fuck am I right now? I mean, this is like, not identity crisis, but you're like, I gave up everything for this and now it's gone. You know, I have the injury and I'm not competing anymore. Like, who the fuck am I? And I started to do things like, you know, she noticed like I bought a Public Enemy shirt. She was like, what the fuck? Why are you wearing a Public Enemy shirt? I was like, because I fucking like Public Enemy. I used to listen to the shit all the fucking time. That's what I was into before I got into bodybuilding. As I was transitioning to bodybuilding, I liked fucking rap music. You know, like I bought these Shaquille O'Neal basketball jerseys that I found like they were vintage jerseys like on eBay. And she was like, why? And I said, because fucking I was a huge fucking Shaq fan. I still am. And I collect fucking basketball jerseys. I want to collect the fucking Shaq jerseys. Like I started going back to my roots again, trying to reacquaint myself with myself. Like there are pieces of me that are always me that I let go of, that I look back and I'm like, fuck, bodybuilding, you know, wasn't a good thing in that aspect. It made me lose myself, and I see it every day with these young kids. They're, you know, oh, bodybuilding this and contract that, and I'm like, you're missing out on fucking all this other stuff. And, you know, I had to step back and look around and say, you know what, it's okay to play the guitar. You don't have to fucking be just a bodybuilder and walk around like this in the mall. You can wear a fucking, something that doesn't show off your arms. You can wear something fucking baggy. You know what I mean? You don't have to wear fucking GASP jeans all the time. You know, you don't have to wear a string fucking tank top when you go to the beach. You can wear a fucking t-shirt, and not even a tight t-shirt. Like, you don't have to be in bodybuilder mode all your fucking life, all the time, and give up real pieces of you to try to prove that you're a fucking bodybuilder. Bodybuilding isn't here. That whole journey, it's in here. It manifests itself on the outside, but it's in here. And I think, honestly, it doesn't really click, and you don't really understand it until you get almost to the end of your journey, and you look back, which is where I'm at now. You know, I finished the bodybuilding thing. I've begun the physique. I've evolved into something else. And I look back and I say, I miss those things. You know what I mean? I miss those days of such the purity where I would go down to the basement and train and listen to NWA and then go upstairs and pick up my fucking guitar and play for fucking 2 hours, play Metallica. I was able to balance different things that I liked, and there were different parts of me, different aspects of me that, you know, I looked at and I just, oh no, bodybuilding's it, and I gave up everything else. I just gave up everything else. I pushed it all aside to focus on bodybuilding and be this, because that's what I thought you had to do. And, you know, I realized now that that's not what you have to do. Now I have to go back and reclaim, you know, parts of myself that I guess I had lost. So that's, you know, like, this movie meant a lot more to me to watch than I think a lot of other people, because it kind of spurred that memory of being in the basement, training, regaining that fucking fire, that intensity, and that newness, and that primal infancy of your training and stuff, which really wasn't about fucking girls, really wasn't about turning pro, really wasn't about making fucking money or being in a magazine. It was about fucking getting down there and working as hard as you can and fucking maybe getting 5 extra pounds on the bench and getting up and feeling great because you accomplished something that you didn't think you could. Like those feelings, those primal basic feelings. And you know, I walked out of the movie very, very inspired. I mean, super inspired from where these guys came, where they got to, the fact that they had these talents. Ran out of room on the camera. So anyways, left the movie theater really inspired. So I'm going to go back and just use that inspiration to try to get better at whatever I'm doing in my life too. Bios3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bios3training.com is a blog. Go see Straight Outta Compton. It's a badass movie, and we're out.